It's a, oof. Ooh. It's a little how I feel this morning. Oh. Oh boy. Why, you should feel wonderful. I should? Why is that? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get out on the open road here and figure things out. Then I'll tell you some stuff. Part of the reason I said Shema. That means listen or to hear. Look at that. Wide open. How about that? Dude, what? I thought I wiped the back. That's crazy if I did that. Really? Good morning. Welcome. Hello. Saying hello to whomever, whenever. Got two of you here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. And good morning to Larry King. I hope that's not offensive to you. I'm doing my best. And it's kind of fun to say, you know? I don't like it when he says my name like that. You just got my accent so wrong, man. Cheers. Rivader. No, not a goodbye. This. What is saludo? I don't know. Ciao. So I went on ahead and did it because it was before the end of the month, and I don't know what that means precisely because when I went to go sign up, I didn't see the tiers that everybody had talked about. But I went ahead and did it. And signed up for a Patreon. So yep. I think there's some actual exciting things that I will be able to do with that. And the more of you that support it, even at the pre-noob level, I named my levels slightly humorous names, and only people that really get it will understand. Anyway, so I signed up for a Patreon, did the deal, and I'm going to start adding content on there. And you guys can go check it out. Patreon.com/gospelbearer. Same name, GOSPELBEARER. So there's that. What are you going to do with that? So I don't know if y'all heard my chat on Saturday afternoon, I believe it was, with good old Bigby Lupo. But good morning, number 3. He asked me, what are you planning on doing on the future? I just went ahead and turned it into a more nowish kind of thing instead of like far off in the distant future. So here's my plan with all the different projects that I have that I want to share and teach and have fun with and all that. I will be sending the bounty or whatever, the final creations of all the different things that I make, where law is applicable. So I guess if I make certain beverages, I might not be able to send those. It depends, because I guess there's certain states and stuff where that's not legal. But I guess you could always just run by Pensacola, depending on where you're at, pick it up. Or to the farm unity in the future. You know, it's not that long down the road, guys. 4 years will go by in a flash. Really will. Really, really will. So, but for all the other things, like my wife's necklaces, we'll do a thing on that, and we'll send those as part of. I don't know if it'll be like a raffle situation or I don't know. I've got to figure that out. But there's that. I want to make a teepee situation, like a legit teepee that would be shippable and reproducible. One of the little whittling projects, woodworking stuff, because I'm a noob, but kind of go from noob to at least semi-pro, if not pro status, and all sorts of different things like that. And then ideas for you guys. And what's the benefit? To share in the fruits of the labor and to learn and to be able to contribute to any way. I figured I'd share that with you guys this morning. I'll be talking about it from time to time. So. All right. Well, the family is still pretty coffee. OUGH, not OFFEE. Just lots of coughing. And I made up a word, cough, with a Y, coffee. Doesn't work because there's the other word that sounds like it. That if I say my family is coffee, then that doesn't make any sense. But there's a lot of coughing going on. And I just somehow I'm scooting right through it. Even though my son definitely was coughing in my face all weekend. Like, please don't cough in my face, oh boy. And he's like, I'll cough in whoever's face I want, Dad. He never said that. I'm kidding. It's all good. It's worth it. It's worth hanging out and having fun. Not really a big deal if I were to get this situation either. But I think they're good. They don't have much longer. They're getting better. Let's see. 4 of you, good morning. Life to the max, what's up? Welcome. Number 3. And then number 4 is in there somewhere. Somewhere. Yeah, it's downright poetic. 99. For anybody watching this video that wonders why I'm doing the you thing, it's because we have somebody in the chat with that amazing culturally inclusive name. I never would have thought of my name as culturally inclusive. I know. I'm welcoming of certain things, not of everything, but of certain things. And it's a good kind of name to wake up to. Just look, I'm over here like imagining the keyboard and the letters that are next to each other. And then I was also saying the name UY. And I didn't know if there was any like alternative potential tricks or meaning behind the letters, and like if it did something, sounded like something. Nope, nothing that comes to mind at least. It might look like I'm drinking coffee, by the way, because it's in one of these little Starbucks coffee cup type things, but I'm actually drinking juice. Yep. Mango. What does it even mean? Where do they come up with a word like that? No, downright sad. Mom standing at the end of the street with a little boy, probably second, third grader, somewhere in there. Had his head down like this, leaning against his mom. She's patting his shoulder slowly. He just looks so mad. It's like, good grief. School's rough, isn't it, boy? Sure is. Not much to look forward to, except the candy. I mean that both literally and figuratively. Give you all those treats, make you feel special every now and then, but then they fill you up with other garbage. Garbage and garbage. Well, here we go on the highway. Loop-de-loo. Appreciate you, bro. It's the way to do it. Merge lanes when you don't need to get in the way. It's good. Good stuff. Hey, guess what? Just thought I'd mention my check engine light's off. You know, with the kind of schedule I run, it's extremely hard to just bend over backwards for my check engine light and just find a situation to get it checked. If it's going to be so unfaithful, I'm just going to continue to assume it doesn't know what it's talking about. It's just trying to be a gold-digging harlot. Lying gold-digging harlot. The lying part is pretty important. That was interesting. In the back of this vehicle ahead, it said, "Bad Company MMA." I don't know anything about MMA because I'm a straight white male.
were completely irrelevant there. But because I'm not a Gamoran, I don't know anything about MMA at all, except that certain people do it, a certain category of people. Pray for their deliverance. Even though it's illegal to do so in certain places. Not the MMA, it's illegal to pray for them in certain places. Or illegal to preach against what they're doing. Guys, not a fan. Not a fan. Well, what else? What else is this morning brewing up for us, guys? It's the first workday, first not day of the week, apparently. But kind of is. Kind of is, and it kind of isn't. It's a curious question for my Shabbat observing fellows out there. How does a Nordic person, an Alaskan, somebody that lives in Svalbard or Iceland or Kamchatka, okay, maybe that's too southern. Is Kamchatka really southern? All right, Siberia, all of that. How do they observe the Sabbath? And I figure that the immediate response is with a timekeeping device. But biblically, the timekeeping device is the sun. So when they have a 45-minute day, do they just get a 45-minute Sabbath? Or does somebody that lives in the country Svalbard or Iceland hold on. My brain is having a slight situation here as I'm working it through in my brain. Sundown to sundown. All right, so the sun goes down, and there's night, and that night could be 1 minute or 1,000 minutes. But then you have the day too. Is the sundown to the sundown always 24 hours? No matter how long the day or the night is? Yep. It's meaningless whether or not the day or the night is super long or super short. it's sundown to sundown. So okay, so so obviously I'm a fool of fools, but in my defense, oh gosh, in my defense, that's not how most people are actually celebrating I use the word celebrating, observing. That's not how most people are observing the Sabbath, guys. But obviously, it would make a whole lot of sense to do it that way. But yeah, sundown to sundown. It's a 24-hour period no matter where you are on the planet because it's all the same. All right, well, I guess that's it for me. I'm just kidding. What else did I do? My kids had like a little money saved up, and we had went to the store when we went shopping together, and they were able to pick out these little toys and stuff and books, and my son got a really big coloring book with words, little stories and stuff, and then just tons of colored pages. Starting to enjoy the coloring thing. They got these little squishy toys. They made out pretty good for what they had financially. There are actually inexpensive toys still. There's the fancy pieces of garbage that they sell that fall apart instantaneously. But there's also toys that'll last quite a while that are cheap and stuff. But it all depends on how you play with it and all that. I'm trying to teach them how to be responsible and stuff. Sometimes, guys, there are seasons, weeks on weeks on weeks, where you're just kind of worn out and you don't know how to make progress towards your goals because you feel like you're waiting on something. And maybe you are waiting on something, but most of the time you're really just waiting on yourself. You're waiting on your own changes and your own activities and your own behavior to accomplish the things that you want to do. Excuse me. So you could say, or I could say, I'm waiting for word back on these jobs I've applied to, and I'm just trying to be patient and wait for something to happen.
an opportunity come up, so on and so on. I can tell you, I'm pretty worn out with waiting, with being patient. Now there's a place that your heart and mind can go, a place of bitterness, resentment, anger, that you don't belong, and God doesn't want you there. So that should definitely be avoided. But instead of going to a place of bitterness, anger, about whatever the situation in your life is that you're feeling like you were trying to do the right thing and you put work into it and it just isn't happening the way that you expected or wanted it to happen, whatever that may be. For many, it's a job situation. For others, it could be something else. But I was just waiting. I was hoping something would get better or things would change. Ask yourself the right questions. One of those questions just immediately presents itself with me is how can I speak love and truth into this situation? Let's say it is a job situation where you need a promotion or a transition or anything. How do you speak love and truth into that? You just do it. Remember who God has made you to be and who you are in Christ. Ask those questions, figure it out, study, and apply that to even a job promotion or whatever. See, I'm not seeking a promotion. I'm seeking actual gainful employment. It's a little bit different. But the same too. Again, it could be anything. It could be a relational conflict that you're having. It could be something that you want to do, but you haven't done it yet. You're waiting for the right time, supposedly. And there is definitely a time to wait. Like, let's say it is something you want to do, but you don't have the money for it. In a lot of cases, most cases, you should wait and keep on. Save $1.50, save $15, save $50, save that $200 you were going to spend on something else. Save, and do the thing. As long as it's a good thing. What's a good thing? Does it have anything at all to do with the gospel and advancing the kingdom of God? Does it let more people know about his kingdom as a result of you doing it? Oh yeah, man. When I get that $60 million jet, more people are going to know about the kingdom of God. All right, Creflo, you crawl back into a hole where you came from. What else? I mean,
this song that's popping in my head right now is "What a Mighty God We Serve." It's a pretty old school song. So some of y'all Generation Z's out there might not know what that is, but you can look it up. But our God is mighty. And then there's that song, "My God is able, He can move the mountain." I forget who did that song. I don't know. But point is, there's lots of good music to remind us of the truths of God. And one is that He is definitely able and capable and mighty, and that He loves us. We have literally everything going for us, guys. So if any of you are discouraged about a circumstance or a situation, as I am, very weary with this situation, we should be very heavily encouraged by the truths of God. And I am. It's just we have to look at them. Like good old Ed Bassmaster always says, just look at it. Just look at it. That's what I'm always telling you guys to do is look at this, look at that, look at this. Just look at it. That's what I like to do with the Bible is just look at it. No, you do more with the Bible than just look at it. What are you talking about? It's a joke, but not a joke. You know, definitely look at it. Take a look. And just look at it. Look at that. Anyway, you really should look at it, though. Look at the truths in Scripture and His promises, and not just His promises, but just who He is and who we are. And if that's not enough, your brain is broken and you need to pray. Pray for God to fix your brain. Like I'm praying for God to fix my brain. Because sometimes it's not that it's not enough for me, because it is more than enough. And really, one of the most beautiful things that happens when you recognize the truth and you go, oh, no, I know the truth. God, fix me, because I'm just, wow. Look at that. No, don't even look at that, because yuck. Just, wow, God. Why am I goldfishy, God? Why am I like a goldfish sometimes? Please, God, help me not be like a goldfish. What's goldfish? Their memory. Yes, their memory. We are stupidly forgetful sometimes. And I'm not talking about the car keys. I'm just talking about our attention span, our ability to stay focused. On who we are because of God and who He is because of Himself. That's what we should be focusing on all day, every day. And sometimes we can even be thankful. What that thing is. Sometimes we can be thankful for going through these times of really immature stupidity, because they remind us of our need and dependence on Him, our Creator. He literally made us to depend on Him. Life flows from Him, so He's the one that sustains our life. Anytime that we try to, or unintentionally or intentionally try to sway away. I got this. I can do some stuff. You're getting it wrong, and it's going to feel like death because you're trying to disconnect from the one who gives life, guys. You understand that this is more than a metaphor? More than a metaphor. I was hoping that that provided some sweet action acronym, but it doesn't. That's okay. But it is more than a metaphor. For real, for real. So you can't see until right there. I mean, that's more than enough time. It really is. They're so far back. Oh, that guy's going really fast, but you'd have to not see them. You'd have to not be looking. You'd have to not be looking at all. There is too much visibility. There really is. This is that left turn I'm always talking about, where I saw the wreck. He couldn't have looked left. And if he did look left, there's something in this shirt that rubs my neck and it hurts really bad. I want to put like an extra piece of like toilet paper or something against my neck over here. It really, after a while, hurts. It really does. That's not nice, my precious. And that's not nice, my precious. I don't know. Sometimes I just say things. But the main point, I mean, is that on my glasses or my eyelash? I think it was my eyelash. My main point is think about who God is, think about who He's made you to be, and focus on that. Recognize that He's the one who life comes from today and every day. And the more you do that, the more you're going to get it. And the less you do that, the more you're going to feel like death and like just the worst. Just the worst. And if you don't want to feel like just the worst, then do what I just told you to do. And you read all about it in the Bible. And it is simple. You have to make sure that whatever is getting in the way of you doing that is the enemy. Your enemy. And the enemy of the world, because in a lot of ways, things that are keeping you from God's love and His truth and all of that is not just your enemy, it's the enemy of the world because of who you are and what your roles and responsibilities are in this world. Think about it that way. So not only is the things that hold you back from getting the love of God and living in the fullness of the power that He's given you. Well, it's not just affecting your life. It's affecting all the people that you're not impacting because of your own issues. Am I making sense? I hope that makes sense. When you fall, it doesn't just hurt you. When you're ineffective, these glasses need clean so bad. Stupid smudge. It drives me insane. I hate glasses. Just whatever we can have in our lives to keep us humble, though. It's whatever. Fine with that. There's LASIK, man. I want people cutting my eyeballs open, man. I want people cutting my eyeballs open, and the consequences, just not interested. I'll suffer with glasses. It's fine. Smudges and dust and all that. It's whatever. Remember what I'm talking about. It's important stuff. Very important. And when you're being affected, it's not just affecting your life, it's affecting all the people that you could have or would have impacted in a positive way with the gospel and the truths about God. So just to make, if you already felt bad about that stuff, I'm just here to make you feel worse. Just kidding. But kind of not. To spur you into action. To spur the action into you. Action man! All right, I'll turn right here because this spot's probably taken. Oh, it's a day. My eyes. Oh, I've got to think about what I want to put in my body for breakfast. What do I want to put in my mouth for breakfast? I've got that. My body's a little sore situation going on just from not a whole lot of sleep. We'll figure it out, guys. We will figure it out. All right, let me check the chat out, and then I'm going into work. I'll be able to clock in no later than 7:30. So. Welcome, everybody that showed up. We went from who knows how high down to 1. That's okay. Life to the max. It's just really easy to type. Yeah, I thought that might be the reason. You. Sounds like good stuff, guys. Glad to see you here, Preacher Bear. Down to goose egg 0. It's all good. So I'm glad you guys came to hang out. Nothing is more encouraging than knowing who God is and knowing who He's made us to be. That is literally the most encouraging thing ever. It really is. Especially, when you think about it, intellectually, psychologically, emotionally, it is the best news. All right, so when I get a little bit more clear thoughts together, I'll do an entire video just labeled Patreon to make it a little bit more clear, because these live streams, not everybody's here at the same time. But patreon.com/gospelbearer. Go check it out. And much love, and I'll see you guys. See you later.